Start at www.kubi.pl in 91 languages. In chapter TS001. Hombre entered. Rico looked at him briefly as if nothing had happened. Rico saw more in Hombre that moment than he wanted. And there was no gleam in his eyes, and he already knew that Hombre's brain had made a decision and Hombre was cutting the path. They notified Tiago and went to meet him at the helicopter. He was already there and sitting next to the pilot. Two people in the back. Hombre and Rico took their places. They flew, and the night covered them with impenetrable thickness. They landed on the roof of a flat, huge but low building. They went to the elevator turret, leaving their weapons to the Chinese people. They left. Rico lit a cigar. They walked slowly down the corridor led by the guards. They were silent. Others, armed to the teeth, took over. They walked down the corridor again. The room at the end was dark except for the little green lamp on the desk. Marija did not smile in greeting. She walked over to Rico. She was taller than him and looked deep into his eyes. "I wasn't expecting you here, Rico." She was indeed a mixture of Indian and Chinese blood. She had a sweet, deep voice that hated opposition. Then she walked over to Tiago smiling weirdly and to Hombre, where she became especially serious. She looked at him for a long time. Hombre didn't take his eyes off her until she turned in annoyance towards Rico. "So? What now, Rico? What are you here for?" Rico sighed heavily. "What is the trainer's task?" He blurted out. "Can we get coffee?" Hombre asked suddenly. Marija waved her hand for them to fetch coffee. "Same as you, Rico," she said. Rico grimaced and sat down in the armchair. The cigar hung as if it had suddenly lost its flavor. "I can see that he is offended here," Rico said cynically. The Chinese woman stood in front of him and gave a short shot. "The Esvaz's daughter is still alive?" Rico blew the smoke up her nose. Jade got furious and tried to give a sign with her hand, but Tiago cut her arm off with his plastic baton pulled from behind her collar. There was something kitschy and unreal about it, and everyone was surprised by Tiago's speed. Jade fell and Hombre stepped on her throat, crushing her throat. Tiago killed the guards during this time. Hombre killed the one who showed up with the coffee. The Chinese woman was dead, and Rico was still holding her alive, severed arm in his hand. "What now?" he asked. Hombre looked at Tiago. They went to the desk and rummaged through the papers. They found a glycerin receipt and notes with an address. Hombre suddenly placed the photo in front of Rico's nose. There were Rico's two sons quite alive, still with torsos. Rico stood up and grabbed Chinese by the hair. With the letter opener from the desk, he cut the skin of the corpse and pulled off the scalp. He casually tucked it into his jacket pocket, stuffing his hair. He kicked his hand and called the guys in the helicopter to clear the way. He tried not to dirty the flap of the phone. Start at www.kubi.pl in 91 languages. In chapter TS0